Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shay Tyre, and I'm the author of The Power of Self-Belief. Today, my objective is to talk to you about the power of self-belief. And what I plan to do is to share with you some of the mechanism behind our belief systems and how we can use it to empower ourselves to achieve the goals that we want. Maybe it's your personal goal or your career goals. But before I begin, I'd just like you to stand up for me, please. Can everyone stand up? Thank you. Now, I want you to look at the person next to you. Eyeball them. Just look at the person next to you. That's right. Now, just look at the lady behind you, yeah. Right. Right. What I want you to do now, just listen very carefully. What I want you to do for me is this. I want you to look directly at the person next to you, and I want you to repeat after me. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Until proven impossible.
Until proven impossible.
Again?
Nothing is impossible until proven impossible.
Thank you. Just stay standing, stay standing. Now, what I want you to do as well is this. I mean, listen to the speakers that came up today. I have to say I feel deeply humbled by their stories. And sometimes it's so easy for us to think, oh, we've got it tough, or life is hard, or we're going through challenges and we don't know what to do. So I just feel we just need to give them a round of applause for sharing their story and their courage as well. Okay, can we all say that? That's fine. Thank you very much. Right. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the power of self-belief. But before I begin, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about myself, so you have a clear understanding of where I'm coming from and how I've been able to get to where I'm at today. Okay? Now, I started my career in sales and marketing, whereby I worked for companies like Universal Providence, Intelligent Finance, Virgin Insurance, Virgin Gas and Electricity. And my job was to work as a sales consultant, going around knocking on doors every single day. I was working on 100% commission, which meant if I didn't sell, I didn't get paid. Now, who's ever been in sales before? Raise up hands. Okay, so you know where I'm coming from. Selling can be difficult if you don't know what to do, especially if you're working on 100% commission. For me, it was quite tough because I remember on my first day on the field, I was walking around knocking on doors, and I was getting rejection after rejection. Everything I said, I go there, knock on the door, present the products, great enthusiasm, excited, but nobody wanted to know. Just no, not interested, no, not interested, no, not interested. And I had to go. And the company gave me a goal, which was to achieve a 4 sales minimum every single day. And that was quite a challenging, stage in my life, because here I was, with this new company, trying to sell their products, and nothing was happening. So I got tired, I felt like giving up. I asked myself, why am I even doing this? Why on earth have I left a job that was paying me a regular wage to work for a sales company on 100% commission? That's madness. My friends looked at me and laughed and think, well, it's your fault. You chose to give up your job and to go and work for a sales company. Yes, it's Virgin, that's great, but you're still working on 100% commission. And I asked myself the question, right, okay, what can I do? What is going wrong? What do I need to improve on to get some sales done? And I remember walking back into the office the next day, speaking to my mentor and trainer. And I said to him, do you know what? I think I'm going to give up because I just don't think selling is for me. I just don't think I could do it. And he said to me, Shay, the problem you're having is not that you don't know what to do or you don't know how to sell or present the product. That's not the problem you're having. I said, okay, fair enough. So what's my problem? Tell me. Because you're my trainer. What is my problem? And he said to me, the problem you have is 2 things, one of which is lack of self-belief. And the second thing is that you're not applying the laws of averages. Interesting. So here I was standing in front of my trainer thinking, what on earth is he talking about? I just left my job to work on 100% commission. What do you mean I'm lacking in self-belief? Knocking on doors, getting rejected every single day. What more self-belief do you need more than that? And he laughed and said to me, yes, that's right. You're lacking self-belief. I've told you what to say. I've taught you how to present the product. You've got the knowledge. You've got the know-how. You're friendly. You're smiling. But you're lacking self-belief and you're not applying the laws of averages. So I said, okay, tell me, what is this thing called laws of averages? And he said, the law of averages simply states, the more negative you come across, the closer you will get to your positive. I'll repeat that. The more negative you come across, the closer you will get to your positive. So for me, I thought, wow, okay, that's fair enough. The more negative I come across, the closer I'll get to my positive. Right. So my goal was to knock on 100 doors. Out of that, I have to get 4 sales minimum. Otherwise, I get fired. So the next question was, right, how can I make this work? Because I don't want to get fired. I'm here to do a job and I want to get paid. So I went back on the field the next day, trained and practiced and trained and learned different strategy, pumped myself up, knocked on the first door, no. Second door, no. Third door, no. Up to the way it's about, I remember knocking on the last door and still got rejection, nothing happened. Then told me, just relax. Just relax, just be yourself. Smile, be friendly. Remember the laws of averages? The more negative you come across, the closer you get to your positive. The problem you're having right now is now you're developing self-belief, but the problem you're having is that once you get a no, you get fed up and you go to the door and you go frown on your face, you're not excited. Then what do you expect? No one's going to buy from you because people buy people, right? So if you want to sell a product as a salesman, first thing you learn is to learn to sell your personality. And obviously, it's not easy to get rejected and still feel enthusiastic and still pumped up and run to the next door and feel, wow, buy the product. It's not going to happen because people will tell you feel a bit deflated. And that's what was happening with me. So same process, I was starting to get tired, thinking to myself, what is the point? So I went back to the office the next day, trained, practiced, learned everything taught me. Went back on the field the next day, made a sale. I was like, wow, so it does work. Third day, made another sale. I was thinking, okay. The next day, made another sale. On the 10th day, ladies and gentlemen, I made 11 sales. Exceeded my company's target. So now I felt, wow, I can do it. I was born to do this. I've got self-belief, and I've got the laws of averages. So there's nothing stopping me from achieving my goals. So I went back to the office, started selling. Month went by, weeks went by, a year went by. But then I realized I just wasn't satisfied. Yes, I've now developed self-belief in myself and my ability to sell. But something wasn't quite right. I just wasn't satisfied. And I just couldn't figure out what the problem was. And I spoke to my trainer. I said, you know what? This company is great. The commission is great. And you've taught me a lot about selling, and I've learned some valuable skills which I could use out there in the real world. But I just don't feel satisfied. And I couldn't get my head around that. I just felt a bit unsure about what was going on. So I spent a couple of weeks just to take time off to relax and ask myself, what is the problem? And just then I discovered that I was pregnant. And I realized I was actually pregnant. And it sounds strange and funny to you guys, but it's true. I'll explain how that happened. I was pregnant with twins. And I just didn't know how to give birth to them. And I was ashamed to go to a doctor because I thought he might think I'm crazy. So I had to do some self-examination. And then I discovered I had a dream inside of me. I had 2 babies inside of me. And I just didn't know how to give birth to these babies because I was determined to give birth to them. So